At the starting of the chapter, a person is describing that how a man assaulted a woman in front of her young child by kicking and stepping onto her head and chest until the woman dies. The man was previously convicted for similar cases, and yet the man has assaulted and killed another person, therefore heavy penalty is unavoidable. However, to the person's dismay, the fact that the assailant had no intention to kill and has offered the victim's child the compensation money, the fact that the assailant is undergoing treatment for mental illness and he deeply regrets his action. The assailant is only sentenced to only 3.5 years of imprisonment, but, is this time enough? My mother has died. Just because he deeply regrets his actions, he only gets 3.5 years. What kind of law is that? The scene shifts to a bus where a man wearing a black hoodie is sitting on the back seat of the bus. A middle-aged thug-like man approaches the bus, and suddenly he slaps the bus driver, and says how dare he report him to the police, and continued beating the bus driver and says to call the cops again. The bus driver says sorry to the thug, but he continued beating him, making a frustrating look, and saying just because of the bus driver he has to go to police station for questioning. The thug angrily says if he reports him to police, is he going to prison for 1,000 years? He says that he will come out in few days at most and brutally beats the bus driver. The thug glances at the passengers of the bus, everyone seems to be terrified. He sees a student holding a phone and approaches him, the student starts sweating, the man comes and says to him, "You wanna call the cops too?" The man sees that he is only listening to the song and leaves the bus. The man in the black hood also gets off the bus and follows the thug into an alley. The thug was smoking and he notices the man in the hood and asks him why is he following him. He asks the man in the hood to come near him. The man in the hood asks how many priors does he have. The thug says that he has 18 priors and he is making him blush. Then the hood man asks that how can he walk so freely. The man says because the law says so, and he lunges to attack the black hood man, but the hooded man punches the man in the jaw so hard that his jaw breaks. The hooded man then punches him in the gut and the man falls to his knees. The thug asks who sent him. The hooded man says that you said you deeply regretted your actions. The thug was dumbfounded. He lunges at the hooded man to make him fall to the ground while saying that I am going to kill you. He made the hooded man fall to the ground, but the hooded man grabs the broken jaw of the thug and does some judo karate shit and smashes the thug's head to the ground. The thug was in pain. The hooded man, in his mind, says that one day he couldn't bear what happened to him when he was little. The incident when his mother was beaten by a local thug to death. The thug beat her because she accidentally bumped into her. The thug was tried for his mother's murder but was sentenced to only 3.5 years because he regretted his actions. It's been 17 years since then and not once he stopped wondering whether the thug truly regretted his actions. So he decided to check with his own 2 eyes. On the bus he was worried, what if the thug really became a better person? Will he have to forgive the thug just like that? But the thug didn't change. The hooded man is thankful for him being a jackass all these years, and he wears his knuckles and beats the shit out of the thug brutally and finally kills him. The hooded man feels amazing and says that this is what justice is. The scene shifts to the morning time and we are shown the police academy. A man is entering the academy wearing a police uniform. On the way, fellow trainee policeman calls him the top of class. The man denies it in polite manner, but the 2 men insist that he is the real deal, and calls him Jiyong Kim. We came to know that he is the hooded man. The scene shifts to training area, where Jiyong Kim is sparring with a man in blue robe. The man grabs the cuff of Kim's robe, but Kim holds the man and threw him off around his shoulder and wins the match. There were 2 people watching. The black suit man asks, isn't that Jiyong Kim? How is he so good at judo? The other person says it's just not judo, he's on par with national level athletes, boxers and wrestlers also, and all the clubs were trying to recruit him. The black suited man says that he heard that Kim has highest GPA in his class. The other person replies yes, he is the living proof of both brains and bronze. And it's a great pleasure to watch a student like Kim to grow. in the changing room, the blue robe man asks Kim that he knows that they are doing team project in seminar room, right? Kim replies yes. Other man says that he is heading out first. Kim nonchalantly watches the photo of his mother's kept in his wallet and puts it inside the locker. In the seminar room, a person says that for this team project they have to compare and analyze correctional policies in Korea and abroad. And asks the team to let's share the research on the correctional policies of Korea. The man sitting at the bench says that he will go first, and he has done some research on the policies of Middle East. The man standing says to him that he is not joking and brought a picture of a thief getting his hand cut off, right? The other man says that it was only a joke, and further says that there is a wide gap about what public rationally feels about the law and the punishments that are sentenced. An assailant destroys a victim or their entire family, and only gets 2 to 3 years of sentence and walks away. The man says that prioritizing the victim over the assailant should be the focus of the report. The man standing at front says that it does not align with the objective of the assignment. Everyone asks the opinion of Jiyong Kim, who is the leader of this team. Kim says that the professor already discussed about the issue before, and the police force is not a group to avenge the victims. Kim says that he understands him, but the police should remain cool and objective before the law. And unfortunately this is not an issue they can cover in their assignment. The other man says that fine, you are so cold-blooded, I thought you will sympathize with the victims. Kim slightly smiles. On his way in the corridor, Kim's friend asks him that where does he goes on the weekends? To which Kim replies that he visits his mentor at the police station. His friend says doesn't he chase you away? Kim says not really. The scene shifts to the Yongsan station, where the students says that they will see each other after the weekend. When Kim walks away, one of the two men standing behind says, is he going to meet his mentor again? The other person confirms it. Both of the men praises Kim and says that Kim is the pride of their class. Kim boards the bus and reaches Shung police station. The two people talking notices Kim and one of them asks when did he get here? To which Kim replies just now. The man is the mentor of Kim, he looks happy and jokes with him. The other man jokingly says that he should not speak informally to Kim, what will you do if Kim gets a higher rank than you? The mentor makes Kim sit at his desk as he has couple more things to discuss with his mate. At the desk Kim slightly glances at his mentor's computer where some secret file is open and Kim gets shocked upon seeing it. The mentor approaches Jiyong and says that he is busy with a case and will not be able to spend time with Kim. Kim says that he is the one who dropped unannounced. His mentor says that he feels bad that they cannot grab a bite together. To which Kim says he can treat him some barbecue next time, and Kim walks away. The two men started talking again and the man asks the mentor that he is the murdered victim's son, right? To which mentor confirms it. And says that it's incredible how Kim overcame all that pain and now he is attending the police academy. If Kim's mother were to be alive right now she would have been very proud of him. Kim speaks to himself, every Friday to Sunday, that is when he hunts. During the week he come up with a strategy and visits the police station to get some clue at times, but it became more of a ritual for Kim to keep him on the edge. Kim selects his prey on two criterias: someone who is recently released after the ridiculous sentence for the crime one has committed, or someone who continues committing crime despite the leniency shown to him. And today is his hunting day, the day when he hunts down this week's prey. In the next panel, we are briefed about defendant Yong's son, who is a doctor, and he secretly took pictures of his patients' private parts 150 times in the course of 2 years. He shared these images online, making his crimes grave, landing him 5 months in prison. However, considering he was a doctor, he was not registered as a sexual offender and his license was not revoked. He can just open a new clinic somewhere else. In the next scene, Yong's son is talking to someone on his PC, where the other person want to ask something confidentially. To which Yong replies that she don't have to be shy and show the affected area, as he can only advise so much by the symptoms she has described. When the other person sends some private photos of the affected area, Jiyong makes a creepy face. Jiyong replies to her by saying that he can cure it if treated soon, and asks to meet her on her preferred location. The other person thanks him and gives the address Gwangyang 5th District. She also writes that she does not want any medical records and is ready to pay triple. Jiyong exits the chat and calls her dumb bitch. He says that a shot of this medicine, and she will not remember anything, let alone leave a medical record. Jiyong wears his jacket and grabs his camera while making a creepy face, and he is psyched and thinks that this video will be off the hook. In next panel it is revealed that the other person was the black hooded man and he throws the phone in sewer. Jiyong is on his way to the preferred location unbeknownst to the fact that he is going to get his ass hooped. Jiyong goes into a dark alley and bumps into black hooded man, and continues walking. The hooded man calls him and asks that if he dropped his wallet. He opens and calls the name written on the ID. Jiyong replies in affirmative that the wallet belongs to him. While taking the wallet back, he thanks the hooded man. The black hooded man suddenly punches Jiyong on his face and grabs his collar, and using a judo technique makes Jiyong fall to the ground. Jiyong is twitching with pain. The black hooded man says that the law is full of loopholes, and it shows leniency to those who does not deserve it. He injects Jiyong with the medicine Jiyong brought. He says that the bastards like him does not deserve to practice medicine in the society. The hooded man puts Jiyong's hand between the metal crusher. He says to blame the legal system who released you back to the society, and crushes his hand while saying that he is going to fill these loopholes in the law while making a satisfied face. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more.